it is a father, mother also, you just bite it to get out of it situation. Because it's an instinct there. It's a survival instinct there. But in the school, it becomes a very bad instinct. It can't. It can be poisonous also to other children. So you cannot. So what happens is, when the principal called the parent and said, आपको जो करना कर दीजिए ना, उसको तो आप समझा दीजिए, आप जो करना. They don't know in the RTE you can't touch the child. They don't know in the RTE the teachers cannot really use harsh words or any such thing. But they think we handed over our children to you. You take. Still they are in a traditional mode of schooling. They are not really understood the RTE. They know only 25%. मेरा बच्चे को admission मिल गया, उतना तक ही है. So this negotiation process, I still think, for me, we need more time to observe in the school how this process is going on. Maybe I want this academic year, when the next academic year starts, I would like to spend some time in the school to look at more in-depth way, to look at more detailed way how that takes place. And last category of the parents, they don't even give the correct phone numbers. Correct address and correct phone numbers also not available. So it is very, very difficult, because I also got the phone numbers from Archana, from the school. I tried to talk to them in the evenings. I thought, let me have a chat with them, find out where do they live. I will go and visit their houses. Then I will be able to see their household also, kind of thing. Many numbers are not really. Is number maujood nahi hai. So this is a kind of avoidance of their identity, or what it is we don't know. What is the intricacy we do not know. The way they don't give their identity means it's a serious issue actually. It may be a kind of fake cases, or it may be a kind of undeserving people got through it and all that. Coming to the principals and the school authorities negotiating, I think DPS principals and DPS staff are quite intelligent people. And not because you are all DPS people, I am saying, otherwise also. Why? Because they have good negotiating skills. Perhaps that negotiating skill, I observed in the principal's room, in Archana's room. I used to sit, not because I am observing, I was tired going around. I used to come and sit in her sofa. I used to sit there till my colleagues complete their thing, and in between the parents start coming to her. In between the parents. So she may not be even knowing that I am trying to memorize those things. And similarly in Dolly's room also. I spent little bit more time in Vasant Vihar school rather than the east of Kailash. There I tried to look at her way of her teachers and herself, how they try to negotiate with the parents, not with the EWS parents, parents of the other children. Parents of other children, the way they started negotiating. I tell you an example. Class 5 have finished their exams. This was only, I think, unit test kind of thing. In CCE, this may be unit test. But for the parents, 5th class mathematics test itself is a big deal to celebrate. So the parents promise the child, we will take you out for treat after your exam. So 4 mothers came into her room. After the exam also the class is going on, but they want the children given her so that they will go out and have the lunch outside and have fun. Archana has good negotiation skills. She tried to put a case before them, not saying that I will not allow the children to go with you, or I will only leave them to the bus. She's tried to put it, why people take exams as a big deal? 5th class exams, how does it matter? In life they have to pass so many other exams. So she started talking and saying them, the parents little bit felt shy for coming to ask her permission. And they said it to her, see, if you people also feel so much tense, how much tense the children should feel about the exams? Why you created? No, the way the negotiation, entire dialogue I just was noting down, is something like a good counseling to the parents about the exams and about the children having the examination pressure. Perhaps, maybe after going out of her room, they might have thought in different way. I also can understand because they came with that speed, they also might have got disappointed. Also, they might use different kind of words also. But there they said, sorry ma'am, okay, it's okay, it's okay. That one thing, negotiating with the parents. Negotiating with the EWS parents is really a tough job, because it is tough job for two reasons, both for the teachers and principal, because their living conditions, their way of thinking, even if they are rich, even if they have money, are they trained to be their children in the DPS? Or it is by accidental way of 25% they got into the school? This is really a question that you need to look at it. This needs a kind of good in-depth understanding of the parents and also understanding of the wider social context. Please don't think your school is the only where children pick up the habits. Outside the school, outside the house, there is a lot of things that are happening today. So you need to understand that wider social context. What I find is little bit of limitation on the part of the school to understand the wider context sometimes come on the way of their negotiation or their communication with the EWS parents. This is a kind of analysis at the preliminary analysis. I cannot say the final finding. I need to look some more time in this kind of situation, then I may come to a conclusion to make a theoretical framework for it. Coming to the classroom observation, let me go to the third part, classroom observation part. Classroom observation of teaching learning process, children interaction and teacher negotiating with these children. At nursery level there is no problem. All children are alike because they are still toddlers. They don't have any hierarchy in their mind as such. Sometimes even if they are looking different, it is a curiosity for children to go and sit with them. So we don't find any kind of differentiation in terms of either among the children or the teacher, we don't find anything. But when they are moving up into the class 1 and class 2, there is some of the issues that are coming up. These issues are really serious and going to have lot of impact when they move up the ladder of the schooling. Primary school principals are happy lot, I tell you. By that time these children are going into the upper primary and secondary. The primary school principals will be having great things, fun to say. The problems will go to the secondary level people, because that is the adolescent stage the children are entering. And also they don't have seen these children from growing up from 4 years age to that age. They are not the teachers who had seen them growing up. You people are the other teachers, they have seen them growing from 4 years. With or without your conscious efforts also you get attached with them. Even if you don't like them, even if there is somebody very strongly feeling class is a big thing, so I don't like poor children, I don't want to like them. Even if somebody has a big mental blocks, still after having 5 years, 6 years with you, unconsciously you will develop love and affection for that child. But when they go to the secondary, what will happen? That is the issue. That symptoms starts appearing in class 3, 4, 5 itself. These symptoms are in different forms. These symptoms are in the learning part. These symptoms are in playground. These symptoms are in their display of the materials, and also these symptoms you find in their interaction and behavior. Social networking. Social networking. Perhaps if you look at it, all of us have 3 ego states: adult, child and parent. These are the 3 ego states, we all have it. All these 3 ego states take the shape before we become 5 to 6, 7 years. Even parental ego, what we have today, is the ego that has been formed before we became 7 years of age. And every time when we have this picture of ourselves, there is some script in us. That script comes from